Hi, lady.
Hi. Coffee's made. If you want anything else, you'll have to improvise, because I'm just not in the mood.
Well, that's okay, sweet. Coffee's all I wanted in the first place. Did you get any sleep at all?
No. You?
Well, when I looked at the clock, it said 3:15. Next time I looked at it, it said 3:35. Does that count for anything?
Why not? I just can't get the picture of Alicia lying in the hospital with tubes sticking in her out of my mind, my poor baby.
Baby, now listen. Did you call the hospital?
Well, I've tried. But all calls this early in the morning are referred to emergency, and they are not of any help.
No, there is a way around that. You learn as a reporter. What's the number?
555-2727.
555-2727. Ah. Does the name Dr. Still sound intimidating?
Oh, come on, Gina. Oh! All right.
Put your arm around me.
What?
Just do it, please. Trust me.
What's going on?
Would you put your arm around me, Peter? There isn't much time.
Is this a sorority initiation or something?
I hate sororities. I'll explain everything in just a minute. Peter, pretend you're enjoying this.
Yes, this is Dr. Still. Connect me with pediatrics, please. Thank you. So far, so good. Yeah, pediatrics, Dr. Still. I'd like some information on a patient, a little girl by the name of... What hospital am I affiliated with? Does it really make any difference? Fillmore General. Now, about that patient, Doggone it, they put me on hold.
Forget it, Gene. They're not going to tell you anything. Why don't we just get dressed, go to the hospital? We can be there in a few minutes.
It's a matter of principle. Now, I want to know what's going on with my little girl.
Get dressed.
All right. I just want you to know that I have an errand to run first. I'll take you to the hospital and drop you off, and I'll come right back.
Gene!
Carla, now, don't get all excited. I wouldn't do this unless it was absolutely important.
What's more important than Alicia?
Oh, don't put it that way, baby.
I'm not putting it that way. You are. Now, what is it?
I have to see Harold Webster about some... Carla, I have to see Harold Webster about some new information on Kate Carruthers' murder.
Well, can't you do it over the phone?
No, I cannot.
Why not?
Because it's too delicate. Now, look, you make it sound like I'm abandoning the baby, and I'm not. I told you I'd take you to the hospital, I'd drop you off, and I'd come right back.
Well, why can't
it wait? In fact, listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go in to make sure Alicia is all right, and then I'll go and do my business. How's that?
You promise you won't be gone too long?
Baby, yes, I promise, Carla.
And if I need to call you, I'll be able to reach you there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. And please don't be gone too long, because I don't want to be alone again today.
No, I know. It's all right.
Hey, lover boy, if you'd like, I can show you how that's really done.
That's all right. I like the way she did it.
What are you, some kind of wise guy?
Looks like one of us should be. Don't you think?
Didn't you hear me calling you?
Oh, was that you? Oh, I thought someone had just shot a moose.
It's inevitable, you know.
What is?
You and me, together.
Yes, well, death is inevitable, but I do what I can to put that off. Well, now, you see that girl over there?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that she thinks you're the best-looking guy on campus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Your girls don't need names, Troy. Just numbers. Go get her, Tiger.
He didn't even say goodbye.
Yeah, well, what I didn't tell him is that she's got a black belt in karate. Thanks again for your help.
Sure. But you seem like the kind of person that doesn't really need as much help as they ask for.
I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted.
Me either. It was an interesting kiss.
I was just about to say the same thing. So, what's immunoglobulin A?
It's something I don't have much of.
Uh-huh.
No. I mean, it's an antibody that takes care of cavities and colds and things like that. The researchers say that when you're sort of under stress, your body doesn't secrete as much of it.
Oh, so you mean if you're upset about something, that you're more likely to get sick?
More or less.
Interesting. So what are you upset about?
You mean other than strange women running in here and kissing me in public? Nothing.
You're still hung up on Vicky?
You know how that is.
Well, I'm beginning to. You thought I was kidding.
Yeah.
Sebastian, I am testifying today.
You'll be fine.
But I lied to the police.
All right, now that's enough. If you're going to get through this, you've got to go in believing you're going to get through it. What you're hiding, they're not concerned about. Only a few of us know that Kate left you.
And if someone should find out and...
Who? And how? Andrea Summers is the only one who can tip our hand, and she's disappeared.
I think that your unconcern is way off base. I have just won an election, and I don't want anything to jeopardize that.
Well, the only thing that can would be you taking that stand looking as if you have something to hide. Now, Webster's no fool. He'd sense that right off. Did you kill Kate?
No, of course not.
Well, that's all that matters, isn't it? Oh, listen to me. The DA just wants to ask you a few simple questions. What was your relationship to the deceased? Where were you on the night of the murder? What was your relationship with the defendant like? You're an attorney. You know that all he wants to do is establish you as Dave Phillips' rival, the man that took his wife away from him. So, that's the part you have to play.
Oh, it's not the DA that I'm worried about. It's Harold Webster.
Okay, how about Tuesday the 22nd for Harris and Friday the 25th for Du Bois?
Dubois.
Oh.
Definite no on Tuesday. Possible maybe on Friday.
Harold, haven't you been listening to me? These people need to see you. You're going to have to make time for them.
Babs, I'm in the middle of a murder trial. They're just gonna have to wait. And be patient.
Translation. Babs, get him on the phone and sweet talk him.
Well, you do have a nice way with a sob story.
Yeah, you know the truth. Okay, there's just one other thing that we have. Gene?
Hey, Gene, come on in.
Hey, how's Alicia this morning?
Conditions unchanged.
Well, at least she's not any worse. That's something to be thankful for, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Gene, I know you're anxious to get back to the hospital. Let's just get down to work here.
Yeah. If you gentlemen will excuse me, I have a few people to disappoint.
Sure, have a seat.
Thanks.
What were you able to find out yesterday?
Well, first and foremost, Kate Crothers never did check in at the hotel at Avalon Springs.
She never, what?
Yep, that's the truth. I have a photocopy of the register right there. Take a look at it.
Where'd you get this?
Don't ask. I talked to the desk clerk there, and he said that Lee Crothers checked in and left, and he was absolutely positive that Kate wasn't with him.
That means Carruthers lied.
And I've got that lie in print, too.
So does Brubaker. No offense, Gene, but that means a whole lot more than a story in a newspaper.
Yep. And I tell you, buddy, I'd be willing to bet you a Pulitzer Prize that the reason why is Andrea Summers.
Oh, you're talking about your theory that she was having an affair with Lee.
Well, it had to be. After that little scene that she, Lee, and Kate played there at the wedding reception. And that would explain everything that followed.
You have any luck finding her?
No. I talked to her neighbors, and the only thing they could suggest was...
That she's back home in Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all McCormick was able to find out. He called every single Summers in the Portland, Maine phone book. Dead ends, all of them.
So you gonna send McCormick up there?
I don't know, maybe. I gotta get Carruthers on the stand first, see what he says. If he sticks to his story about he and Kate being at the Avalon Springs, he's gonna perjure himself. That can open some very interesting doors.
Yes, including this one. I went to Prairieville yesterday, and I talked to the desk clerk there who was on duty the night that Kate was shot. Now, he said that Lee checked in at 1 a.m., and he left at 4 a.m., plenty of time to see the dairy farmers, to have that meeting with them. Now, I know that this is speculation, but...
That doesn't bother me.
Well, he showed me the room where Lee spent the night. From that room, you can't see the hotel office. I believe that Lee could have easily slipped out, unnoticed, driven to Kingsley, killed Kate, and gotten back in plenty of time to have that meeting with the dairy farmers at 4 a.m. Now, what do you think?
I think it's nice to have your suspicions confirmed.
All right, let's assume the worst. Now, what is the very worst thing that Webster could do to you?
He could finger me for the murder.
That's ridiculous. The only thing he
Now,
could...
wait a minute. Look at it from my point of view. What if during his cross-examination, he points an accusing finger?
He can't. Oh, he can imply, he might even theorize, but
You
he's...
know what I mean. He wants to get the heat off Dave Phillips. He wants to make it hard for that jury to bring back a guilty verdict. What if he does a hypothetical reconstruction of the night of the murder? With me pulling the trigger.
Would you listen to me? In order to do that, he's got to have a motive. And without Andrea Summers, he doesn't have one.
And we don't know for sure he doesn't have
Oh, come on. In all probability, Andrea's back in Maine with another politician.
That was a cheap shot.
Well, maybe so. But I'm getting a little annoyed of your imitation of a scared rabbit. Attitude is the important thing now. For the one time in your life, you're a winner. When are you going to start acting like one? Look, if Andrea had gone to the police, don't you think we'd have heard about it?
Oh, I suppose so.
Of course we would have. She didn't. And now the only thing standing between you walking in there and telling your story and walking out is you. Do you know what that jury is going to take away from this trial? Those representatives of the common man? They're not going to remember the verdict of guilty they handed down. They're not even going to remember the reason they voted that way. What they're going to remember is that they were just a few feet away from the great Lee Carruthers. In a few years from now, when it's Senator Carruthers or governor, they're going to turn to their little wife and kiddies and they're going to say, I met him. And now there was an honest man.
Well, I suppose that I don't really have to say anything more than I've said already. Really, it's just a matter of style. And from a certain viewpoint, I will be telling the truth.
Exactly.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. Redlin?
Yes. Why, what's wrong?
Would you wait right here just a minute? Dr. Hathaway just called and he wants to speak with you.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry, he didn't say. I have to get back to my station.
Now, the question, Jean, is if Carruthers was having an affair with Andrea Summers, is that enough reason for him to kill Kate? Now, I don't know. We're speculating about a whole lot of stuff here.
Wait a minute, Harold. We're not speculating. Kate was furious when she left the place. What else could she have been told? And of course he had reason to kill her. Her actions gave every indication that there wasn't going to be any marriage. And if the reason why got out to the public, that was going to be the end of Carruthers' candidacy. Don't you see?
But to accuse him of taking a human life...
Harold, stop thinking like an attorney. Carruthers didn't love the woman. I'm telling you that. It was a marriage of convenience, and in all probability, it was a murder of convenience.
I have to think like this. Misused as it is today, the law is still there for the protection of the innocent. I can't go into court saying things like that about Lee Carruthers, any more than he could do it and say them about me if I were in his position. Now, I think he's a real likely suspect, but with what we've got, for me to go pointing the finger at him would be just as wrong as it is to point the finger right now at Dave Phillips.
So, what does that mean? What are you telling me? Are you not going to use the information?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that, Gene. I want to use it, but I want to use it responsibly. Look, the whole basis for my defense is that there isn't any real connection between Dave Phillips and the murder. There are other people who could be charged just like he is. I don't want to make those charges, though. I want to convince the jury that he is an arbitrary suspect who is on trial for his life simply because of circumstantial evidence. And if the jury can see that, they don't have any choice except to return a verdict of not guilty.
So then what you're saying is you're pointing the finger without really pointing the finger.
Hey, don't go splitting hairs on me now.
Hey, Jean. Carla's on the phone, and she sounds pretty upset.
Yeah, here, take it here, Gene.
Thanks. Carla.
Jean, why aren't you here?
What's wrong, babe?
The doctor wants to see us.
Did he say why?
No, you know they never do, but you know it can't be good.
All right, listen, I'll be right there. I'm on my way, okay? Hey, I gotta run.
What is it?
I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later.
Alex,
Oh, Carla, what's wrong?
I hate to keep bothering you like this, but Dr. Hathaway's at it again. I am so angry with this man, I can scream. Now, first he tells me that he wants to see me. He gets me all nervous, and then he doesn't even show. And in the meantime, none of these nurses will tell me what's going on. Now, could you please help me?
Sure. Just a second now. Hey, would you call pathology for me, please, and tell them I'll be there as soon as I can get there?
Okay.
Hey, Colin, come on over here. Hey, look, everything's going to be all right. Hey, how about a smile, huh?
It's hard.
Yeah, you think whatever thoughts you've got to think, because I want to see one when I get back here now.
Little girl, I love you, my Alicia, I love you. My Alicia.
You. Hey, would you like one of these?
Are you suggesting that I have bad breath?
Never.
In that case, yes.
There you go.
So how are you and your immunoglobulin A doing now?
A little better.
Good.
Yeah.
You'll get my bill next week.
Oh, yeah? How much do you charge?
I'm not sure. You're a special case. I'll have to give it some thought.
Well, I'll send you my bill for rescuing you from Godzilla as soon as I get your bill.
Well, I know a way we can handle it right now. Where's your next class?
Alden Hall.
What a coincidence. That's just where mine is. I tell you what, you carry my books over there, and I'll carry yours. We'll be-
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Okay, there you go. Ready?
I'm ready. Why do I feel like I'm being hustled every time I get around you?
Oh, you're suspicious.
Okay, have you You sure you got everything now?
Yeah, I'm sure I got everything.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, darling.
And don't forget, as soon as you get a lunch break at 12, you call me and let me know exactly what's happening, okay?
Okay, well, I won't have any trouble forgetting that. Oh, and look, if McCormick calls, be sure you let him know about that message I left for him. It's real important.
Yeah, I won't forget.
Okay.
Mwah.
Okay, yeah.
Mwah. Go get him, Tiger.
So anything else?
No? Oh, Gene, I'm scared.
I know, yeah. I am too, babe.
And you are going to stay with me for the rest of the day?
I promise. I'll be here. I will.
Good.
There's Alex. Alex.
Gene, I'm glad you're here.